Hey guys and gals, this is Alex with Legendary Apartment Brokers here in Kansas City. Today is Monday, November 17th, 2025, and this is the KC Multifamily Minute. Let's get right into it like we do every single week. We've got some statistics for you. What's new on the market? If you are an active real estate investor, you got a 1031 exchange, what are the new things that's come on the market? How many are actually out there on the market for you to buy? And what about LoopNet? What about Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.com, etc.? I've got my website pulled up here. We'll talk about some statistics as we do every single week. So there's 69 listings out there that are still marked as pending or available. 47 of those are available. So 47 available, which means there's 22 that are under contract. I've covered all of these, and there's two new ones we're going to cover here this week. That's the MLS powered data here on November 17th. And then when we skip over to LoopNet, which podcast listeners have popped over to my tab here on LoopNet, there's two new listings here as well. But as far as what they show for active and under contract, they got 34 that are out there, 28 are active, 28 are available to buy, which means they're showing 6 under contract. A little bit different rules over there on LoopNet as far as what you have to mark as pending and not pending. Bottom line is there are a good chunk of properties to go out there and look at. And let's get right into some more statistics here. I wanted to show you guys, I do every single month, how we compare to years past as far as sales volume. One thing I've got for podcast listeners, I got my statistics pulled up here. This is all MLS data only, multifamily only, 7 counties of the Kansas City metro, where we're talking 5 to 1,000 units. We did that so we eliminate all the fourplexes and duplex data. Just for putting in perspective, there's 700 to 800 duplexes that are sold each year according to MLS data, and about 400 or so fourplexes each year. And then there's, 60 or 70 triplexes. So we don't cover that data in this podcast show. Just because of it's a little bit more nuanced, slightly different buyer. Of course, you can get a different type of loan. I sell a lot of fourplexes and duplexes, but for this particular data set, we're talking about commercial multifamily property MLS data. We've got this whittled down here to the $300,000 price up to, well over $20 million. Of course, 99% of those are going to fall within that range. So what do we have here for actual sales? So for podcasters, I got pulled up the sales chart. It includes a little bit of November, so we don't need to look at that. But October, you can see kind of this, turquoise, greenish blue color versus the pink. Turquoise, greenish blue is 2025. The pink is 2024. Looking at October, we're well behind. September, we're behind. August, we're well ahead. July, we're well behind. June, we're ahead. Long story short is here, guys, we're talking about not a ton of data anyway. So 1 or 2 or 3 different listings closings is going to, look huge compared to where we're actually at. So year to date, we're at 57 closings, including through November. Last year, I think we're at a total of about 67 according to this data set. So we're on pace, maybe a little behind where we were last year. But again, we're talking maybe 4 or 5 different transactions. The bottom line is transactions are occurring. Nothing's going crazy in any single month. Nothing's going slow in any single month. It is a pretty steady market, as it always has been here in Kansas City. We are seeing transactions complete here, especially as we close out the end of the year. Okay? So just for podcast listeners, there were 4 total transactions that were 5+ units according to MLS data last month. There was 1 that was 5+ units closing that happened last month according to the MLS data. Prior month, again, that's November, so scratch that off your mind. So 2 in October, which was last month, and then 6 in September. So again, that's right in line, a little bit behind where we are compared to 2024 data, okay? Not going to talk a ton more about that, but just so you guys can see where the market is heading and has been. Let's go back over here to the MLS data, my website, legendarypartbrokers.com. We got 2 new listings. We're going to talk about one of these. One of them is a 4-plex here in Lee Summit. I love this location. I love this building. I love this purchase price. It's a 4-plex, 4-stall. Each got their own garage. Each are 2-bedroom, 1 bath. Perfect for small families or for people that want to live in Lee Summit that's affordable. Lee Summit's a Class A submarket. Jump on this one right now. This is a good one. definitely should take a look. My guess is by the end of the week, it'll be under contract. Now, whether or not it closes or not, I don't know. But it'll be under contract by the end of the week, is my guess, unless the agents and sellers are doing some kind of call for offers. But within a couple weeks, it'll be gone. I've seen these trade, $600,000, $700,000. What fourplex are going for in Lee Summit? So reach out, Alex at legendarypartnerbrokers.com. Let's take that one down together. The second listing here on MLS data, I'm not going to talk about for more than 2 seconds. Up in the historic northeast corner here of the metro. You guys know I don't do a ton of transactions over here. This is off of Indiana Avenue. It's actually a good little spot in the historic northeast, class C, C- location. It's the address is 104 North Indiana Avenue. It's $950,000. It's 2 sixplexes slammed together. I mean, it's not slammed together, but 2 sixplexes available to get your 12 units for $950,000. Decent little spot here, decent building. I mean, you're always going to have your issues in the historic northeast versus anywhere else. It's not really a midtown location. It's not really a class D location. So take that for what you will up there. I think it is on a pretty good street though. Okay. So that's everything new on the MLS data that's hit the open market here. What about over on LoopNet? As I talked about, there's 2 new ones that's hit the open market this week. One of them I'm not going to spend hardly any time on. That's in the historic northeast, but it's in more of what I'd call a class D location. It's 20 units for $1.7 million. Looks great on paper, but again, you got to look at the block by block, the dynamics, the economics, where it's located, the tenant base, etc. if that's something that you want to take down, okay? So I'm not going to spend a ton more time on that. Another one here is going to be in an interesting spot, but it is, I say but, because it is Section 8 tenants on a HUD contract, 124 units. It's unpriced. We don't know the price here, but it is east of Brookside, off of 63rd and Woodland area, just west of the hospital there, which is Research Hospital. So it's in a good little spot. Never going to have an issue finding renters, but again, it's got that HUD contract, which makes it more complicated for financing to take it down, and it's unpriced. But it is out there and available, okay? So that's 4 new listings for you to take a look at here this week in Kansas City. You got 1031 exchange to close out the year, or you're an active real estate investor. You know how to get a hold of me, Alex at legendarypartnerbrokers.com. We'll talk soon.